Hi everybody, this is Tora and I'm back with another episode of Outwise Insights, a podcast by freelance talent marketplace Outwise. Here we discuss trending topics within business, technology, and the future of work. Today's topic is empowering women in tech through professional communities. Meet EJ Alawode, a dedicated advocate for women's empowerment in tech. Currently pursuing a communication doctoral program, EJ focuses her research on using technology to enhance digital literacy and uplift women. As a director at Women Who Code in Barcelona and a digital changemaker on World Pulse, EJ is committed to fostering inclusion in tech and highlighting technology's pivotal role in creating a better world. A lifelong learner, EJ thrives on sharing knowledge and networking to make a meaningful impact. I'm very happy to have you here in the studio, EJ. Nowadays, it's not so common. Yeah, usually we don't have people in the studio. Everyone's been online.
Thank you. I love being in the studio. You know, I did tell you previously that I once was a broadcaster, so I'm used to the studio.
You're used to the studio.
Yes.
The thing is, after the pandemic, I feel like nobody wants to meet in person anymore. So this is unusual for me.
That's true.
So it's so nice to see a face.
Thank you. Nice to be here too.
Good. So I feel like we should just get into it. Do you want to tell me a bit more about yourself and just a bit about how you became the director of Women Who Code?
Yeah, thank you. I'm Amy Lomo Joy Alawode. Friends call me EJ. Proudly, I'm from the largest black nation in the world, Nigeria. Of course, you've already mentioned a few things about me, so I wouldn't want to repeat that. For Women Who Code, I just applied as a volunteer. At that time, there was an opening for director. So I was interviewed for the position and appointed.
Cool, yeah, super interesting. No, and it's a very important organization. But do you want to tell me a bit more about why is it so imperative to have more women in the tech industry right now?
Of course. There are several compelling reasons why we should have women in the tech industry. For example, diversity. Diversity drives innovation. Diverse teams bring together individuals with different perspectives, experiences, and problem-solving approaches. A diverse workforce in the tech industry can lead to more innovative solutions and products, don't you think so?
No, for sure.
Yeah, as people from varied backgrounds contribute unique ideas and insights. Also, women in tech help to address biases in tech. You know, technology is not neutral. Biases can be, in little things like algorithms or software codes. Having a diverse workforce helps identify and mitigate these biases. A lack of diversity in tech can result in products and services designed with unintentional biases, which may negatively impact certain user groups. We see that every day, products designed and developed by a more representative workforce with women. People like me and you will likely more be inclusive and user-friendly. And then economic empowerment. Increasing the representation of women in the tech industry contributes to economic empowerment. We need that. It provides women with access to high-paying jobs and opportunities for career advancement. Closing the gender gap in tech can lead to a more equitable distribution of wealth and resources, helping to reduce economic disparities. And then we also must have role models, Yes. Role modeling and inspiration, very important in tech. Having visible role models in the tech industry can inspire more women and girls to pursue careers in STEM. That is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Increased representation can break stereotypes and demonstrate that women, you and I, can excel in tech fields. And of course, having more women in tech helps problem solving. Diverse teams are more effective when it comes to problem solving. The ability to approach challenges from different angles and perspectives can lead to comprehensive and practical solutions. Women, we bring unique skills and approaches to problem solving that can complement those of our male counterparts. So we can go on. And of course, we need to meet future skill demands. The tech industry continuously is growing. For example, CAI has exploded with a high demand for skilled professionals. By tapping into a broader talent pool, the industry can better meet its skills demands and remain competitive. And then we have to foster an inclusive work environment. So women and girls must be represented almost equally in tech. A more balanced gender representation in the tech industry creates inclusive and supportive work environments. Don't you think so?
No, for sure.
Yeah. Diverse teams foster a culture of respect and understanding, increasing job satisfaction and productivity. We can go on, Tora. It's really important for women to be very well represented in the tech industry.
No, super important. And we see that they're already not, because at Outwise, we don't specifically ask for people to say their gender, but I can see on the platform, the people I speak to, the people who apply for the jobs, it's mostly men, because we're very heavily tech focused on our platform.
Exactly.
So do you want to tell me a bit about the key roles that supportive communities play in empowering women to become leaders in tech? What do communities actually do? Like, how do they help?
Sure, Tora. Supportive communities play a crucial role in empowering women to become leaders in the tech industry. They play a key role. These communities provide a range of benefits and resources that contribute to women's professional and personal development in technology. And I can go on and on. Women Who Code is one of them. Texters, we have a new one in Barcelona now, Tech Femmes. And I can go on and on. These communities have supportive roles to play. When it comes to networking, supporting communities offer networking opportunities. These communities allow women to connect with peers, mentors, and industry professionals. For example, when I came to Barcelona, I didn't know anyone, but the supportive communities I joined made me feel welcome, made me feel empowered. So it gave me the opportunity to network. Networking facilitates the exchange of ideas, career advice, and job opportunities, helping women build valuable connections in the tech field. These supportive communities also offer mentorship and guidance. Many supportive communities, for example, the ones I've mentioned, provide mentorship programs where experienced professionals guide and advise women in their tech careers. Mentorship is instrumental in helping women navigate challenges. We have so many.
Yeah.
Set career goals and gain insights from the experiences of those who have succeeded in the industry. These supportive communities also help skill development and training. I have been opportuned to pass through the skill development and training of such communities. Communities often organize workshops, training sessions, and skill building events to enhance women's technical leadership abilities in tech. I'm going to invite you, Tora, to one of these communities. You
Amazing.
need to join. It's so exciting. We also have access to educational resources and opportunities for continuous learning, which helps us to stay competitive and advance in our careers. Then these communities give visibility and recognition. For example, you got to know me through the Women Who Code platform.
I did.
So before then, you didn't know who was EJ. Yes. So these communities give visibility and recognition. The communities actively promote the achievements and contributions of women in tech, increasing our visibility in the industry. I am also a Google Women's Tech Makers Ambassador, as well as an alumna of Women Go Tech. I've had the opportunity of going through various programs related to tech. So these communities recognize women's accomplishments, helps counter stereotypes and biases. These communities foster an environment where their expertise is acknowledged and valued. And then safe spaces, very, very important. I belong to a community called World Pearls. We ensure that women have a voice and that we are safe. Safe spaces for sharing experiences. Women-focused tech communities create safe spaces for members where we can share our experiences, discuss challenges, and seek advice from people without the fear of judgment. These spaces promote a sense of belonging and camaraderie, reducing some women's isolation in male-dominated tech environments. And of course, I've mentioned earlier about education, community outreach and education. The tech communities help to ensure that women and girls are pursuing careers in tech fields by providing information. Information is power. If you don't know about something, how would you take advantage of it? By providing role models. These communities, including Women Who Code and so many others, our communities help break down barriers and inspire the generation of women in tech, the current generation and the next generation. And then job opportunities. We're always sharing job opportunities and providing career support. If you visit the websites of these supportive communities, Tech Firms, for example, is a new community, and I visited the website and it's a wow, So these communities usually provide job opportunities and career support, share information about job openings, internships, and career events. We even provide career support services like resume reviews, interview preparation, and career counseling, And then we promote work-life balance. It's very important, especially for women. We have the octopus function of being everywhere, doing everything at the same time. So women in tech really need to have a good work-life balance. Our communities recognize that, the importance of work-life balance, and we provide forums for discussions on navigating and succeeding in the tech industry while maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Many women in the tech industry, in these communities, we have imposter syndrome.
I know.
We have imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
So we usually charge the inner us to build our confidence and resilience, by fostering a positive and encouraging environment. We always try as much as possible to empower women to overcome challenges and pursue leadership by celebrating achievements.
Yeah.
Nothing is too small. We're each other's cheerleaders. If we don't cheer ourselves on, who will? Who will? So these communities are really, 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 really very important. They are the live wires of each of us, and we find that the communities just rock.
No. Super important. You know what I love? It's that the people who empower women in tech don't actually have to be someone in tech, because we spoke about this earlier a few, I guess, months ago, weeks ago, that because I thought you were someone who was a coder or who was very, I thought you were a coder or someone who, did actual, tech and stuff, because I always thought that someone who was in a tech community, and wanted to empower women in tech had to know about tech, because I love this area as well, and I love to try to help women, empower women in tech, but I'm a woman in marketing. I'm not in tech, so I never really
You're
thought...
welcome on board, Tora.
This is what I love.
Welcome.
No, this is so nice, because I see that from you. You're so involved in everything, but then you told me you're actually in communication.
Yes, I'm in communication.
This is so interesting.
Yes, I'm in communication, but there's space for everyone in tech.
No, it's super nice. But also, so I was reading a report by McKinsey just a few weeks ago, and they mentioned that the representation of women in tech across European companies is only at 22%. Now, we mentioned why it's important to have women in tech, but do you want to explain a bit about why we don't? Like, what is the reason? Like why is it so low? Why are more men doing it? We're just as good.
Well, that's a very good question, Tora. Thank you for asking that. That's true. It's a great observation. The underrepresentation of women in tech across the world, is due to, different reasons. While progress has been made in recent years, several persistent challenges contribute to the gender gap in the tech industry. For example, societal stereotypes and biases. We have these deep-seated societal stereotypes about gender roles and abilities. And this can influence career choices from a young age. The perception that technology-related fields are more suitable for men can dissuade women from pursuing tech careers, It's, a woman can only be a nurse, a woman can only be this or that. But for the men, tech is hard, and it's men that can take on the hard stuff,
Yeah.
So, societal stereotypes. And then, of course, we have educational disparities. Disparities in educational opportunities and encouragement for girls to pursue STEM courses. I mentioned that earlier. It usually limits the pipeline of women entering the tech fields. Early exposure to science, technology, engineering, and mathematics is important for women and girls to pursue tech fields, tech careers and pursue careers in tech fields. Early exposure to STEM education and encouragement to pursue technical subjects are crucial for increasing the number of women in tech. Then, workplace culture and biases.
Yeah, I was about to mention.
If we ask different companies, give us the statistics of people in your company, we usually see that more often the scale is tilted. Tech workspaces may have a culture that is not inclusive or supportive of women. Gender bias, both implicit and explicit, can affect hiring,
Yeah.
promotion, and even recognition decisions. You know, these biases are unconscious. During recruitment, they happen and they usually overlook qualified female candidates. In fact, you know, there's this feeling as a woman that you have to do 10 times more than your male counterpart at work to be seen or recognized. Then we usually don't have role models, you know,
Yeah.
and that's one of what I told you that the supportive communities are doing, you know,
Yeah.
is doing. Role modeling and visibility. The need for more visible role models and leaders who are women in tech industry can contribute to the lack of representation and hinder the aspirations of women considering a tech career. You need to see somebody that looks like
No,
like
I mean,
you.
yeah, you need to see someone who looks like you, but also is a leader in tech. Maybe holds a high
Yes.
position, like a tech position at a company, but who's like you.
Exactly. So
So you can imagine it.
yes. So when you don't have women,
Yeah.
you as a woman, you don't have women in the tech industry. You think the tech field is not for you.
Yeah.
So having more visible women in leadership positions, like you
Yeah.
just said, can inspire others and challenge stereotypes. I mentioned work-life balance
Yeah.
earlier. That too is key when it comes to having women in the tech industry. You know, the demanding nature of many tech roles with extended hours, high pressure environments can deter women, especially those balancing caregiving responsibilities.
Yeah.
Don't you think so?
Yeah.
Efforts to promote work-life balance and flexibility is very, very sacrosanct because it can contribute to attracting and retaining more women in the tech force. It's more women that get pregnant and have babies than men. That at least for now, you know.
Yeah.
So
Shocking.
yeah, it's actually a woman's thing, you
It-
know. That's at least that's what we know traditionally.
Yeah.
And women traditionally are the caregivers. We usually stay back at home to provide domestic support. So it's usually difficult to combine, but it is possible, Tora. It is possible.
Yeah.
It is possible. So, a lack of access to networks and opportunities is also a reason, you know,
Yeah.
why you have this low percentage of women in the tech field. Women face challenges accessing professional networks and opportunities like us. That's why we keep talking about it.
Yeah.
And you know, because these communities are not accessible, the women don't know that they have communities that can support them or that they can join, then they just chicken out, so to speak. So for a woman who wants to excel in the tech field, I would encourage such a woman to join these supportive communities, you know. And then I can't overemphasize the STEM stereotypes and perceived lack of fit. Stereotypes about what constitutes a typical STEM professional. Typically, this person is supposed to be in science,
Yeah.
in technology, in engineering or mathematics, you know. So this creates a perception that women do not fit into these roles. But changing the narrative around succeeding in tech and highlighting diverse career paths within the industry can help challenge these stereotypes. And then inclusion policies. Some companies lack inclusion policies, robust inclusion policies, making it challenging to create a workplace culture that actively promotes gender equality. Some companies, if they decide to prioritize diversity and implement inclusive policies, they are more likely to attract and retain a diverse workforce. And I don't think it should be some companies, it should be every company. Yeah, I think it should be every company. We also have the lack of transparency and accountability, lack of transparency regarding gender diversity metrics and company goals can impede progress. Establishing clear goals, tracking the progress and holding these companies accountable for achieving diversity targets can drive a positive change. So let's look forward to the next few years that the percentage you just quoted won't be so low.
Yeah.
We would have worked hard to bridge the gap. And working hard means all of us, we can play a role. You have a role to play as a marketer, as a communications professional. I also have a role to play. So if we play our roles, no matter, irrespective of how little it is, then we'll definitely address the underrepresentation of women in tech.
Absolutely. Very, very well said, EJ. So you also mentioned a bit about, a lot about work-life balance. And that brings me a bit to freelancing, actually.
Yeah.
So the freelance style of work has experienced significant growth recently. So I want to ask, how has this shift in the way people worked changed the game? And what opportunities does it present for women in the tech sector?
That is true. There has been a significant growth of the freelance work style, often associated with the gig economy. And it has actually changed the dynamics of the traditional landscape. This shift has created opportunities for women in tech, for example, because it offers flexibility, autonomy, and diverse career paths. I celebrate your company, Tora. I celebrate your company. I celebrate your organization, and thank you for having me. There are various ways which can give rise to freelance work, and the freelance terrain or the gig economy has changed the game and presented opportunities for women in tech. For example, when it comes to flexible work arrangements allows for more flexibility, so to speak, enabling women to balance professional responsibilities with personal commitments, such as caregiving, like I mentioned earlier, and family obligations. The ability to set one's schedule can be particularly empowering for women seeking to establish work-life balance. And the freelance economy gives just that. Then, the freelance economy, freelancing in the tech sector, for example, often transcends geographical boundaries. Women can access a global marketplace for skills and services, providing opportunities beyond local job markets, just what you explained that you do.
Yeah.
Remote work and freelancing platforms like yours, for example, enable women to collaborate with clients and companies all over the world. And when I attended your event the other time, I had the opportunity of meeting CEOs of different startups, which was super cool for me. Then, the field, the terrain, the freelancing or gig economy allows women in tech to operate as independent contractors or entrepreneurs, offering their expertise, on a project by project basis. And I think that's what you do too.
Yeah.
Women can build their own businesses, they can take on various projects, and they can cultivate skills, different kinds of skills, contributing to their own personal brand. And then, of course, it's important to have, I think it's a one-stop shop where you have this array of skills, different skills that you can just tap from. Yeah. The freelance work often involves taking on various projects, so it provides for skill diversification and then career advancement. Freelance work, I think it serves as a platform for career advancement because it allows women to take on challenging projects and build a portfolio, of successful works. And these successful freelance projects can contribute to a freelancer's reputation and open doors to more opportunities in the tech sector. Don't you think so?
Absolutely.
Exactly. And then these opportunities to freelance, there are different organizations and different companies that specialize in the gig economy. They help reduce gender bias. Freelance platforms and gig-based work can provide a more level playing field, as hiring decisions are often based on skills and experience rather than the traditional biases. If I want somebody on your platform, for example, it's based on what that person can deliver. So women in tech may find it more accessible to showcase their abilities and secure freelance opportunities based solely on merit. And then we have the community support that we've talked so much about today. Freelancers often form communities that share insights, support, and advice. These communities can be precious for women in tech, offering a sense of belonging and opportunities for collaboration. Women-centric freelancing platforms and communities like the ones we discussed earlier can provide additional support and resources tailored to their needs. And then it also helps work-life integration. Freelance work offers potential for better work-life integration, allowing women to design their careers around their personal lives. This flexibility can be particularly beneficial for those pursuing tech careers while managing other responsibilities. And economic empowerment. We need that as women. Freelance work allows women to achieve economic empowerment by setting their rates and negotiating contracts directly. We can and we should. Yeah. Women can have greater control over their financial destinies and negotiate fair compensation for skills and expertise. You can do that. I can do that. While freelance work presents a lot of opportunities, it's very important to note that it also comes with its own challenges. I must say, Tora, such as the lack of job security and benefits, you know. But
Yes.
nevertheless,
There's always the pros and cons. I mean, as to everything.
yes, to everything. Nevertheless, the rise of freelance work, has expanded how
Yeah.
women can participate in and contribute to the tech sector, offering a more inclusive and flexible approach to building successful tech careers. Tora.
Super good. But so, yeah, you had a lot to say about this, which is great. Is it a very hot topic within your communities? Is it something you talk about a lot, or has it become something you talk about a bit more in the communities now, freelancing?
Yes, we do. We talk about it in our communities.
EJ, what do you envision the future of women in tech to look like, and how might this impact the tech industry?
Yes, Dora, that's true. That is really true. The future of tech. Look into the crystal ball.
Yeah.
Envisioning the future of women in tech actually involves considering a more inclusive, diverse, and supportive landscape. For example, increased representation.
Yeah.
The future of women in tech should involve a significant increase in representation at all levels, from entry-level positions to leadership roles. Efforts to attract more women in STEM education and initiatives to retain and advance women within tech companies can contribute to a more balanced representation.
Yeah.
As women enter the tech industry and progress in their careers, the future I see should give rise to diverse leadership teams. These teams will definitely be associated with better decision making and innovation, potentially leading to more successful and sustainable tech companies. I also see that in future, the gender pay gap would be closed.
Okay.
Efforts to address gender disparities in pay and ensure equitable compensation for women in tech is a priority. Even now, achieving pay parity contributes to creating a fair and inclusive work environment, attracting top talent. And then we need inclusive work cultures. I should be able to walk into a space and see, we have as many women as we have the men,
Yeah.
So the future of women in tech should involve establishing inclusive work cultures that value diversity and provide equal opportunities for career growth. Of course, these work cultures would usually foster creativity, collaboration, and employee satisfaction, contributing to the overall success of tech companies. And then we should have supportive policies and practices. Very important, Companies in the tech industry must adapt and enforce supportive policies and practices that address biases, promote work-life balance, and create environments conducive to the success of women. We must be successful, Tora. We should be successful. Policies like flexible work arrangements, mentorship programs, and family-friendly initiatives can contribute to a more supportive workplace, for example. And then tech is for all. Tech education should be for all, So I foresee a future where initiatives focus on providing quality tech education and opportunities for all, regardless of your gender, your age, your creed, the color of your skin, your beliefs, and all that. Efforts to break down gender stereotypes and encourage girls and women to pursue these careers in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics is very important. And then communities.
Always.
Your community, your platform, your organization is one. Mine is one. Collaborative communities. These would ensure continued growth and strengthening of women in tech by providing mentorship and knowledge sharing. Then, communities are usually crucial when it comes to addressing challenges, celebrating successes, and fostering a sense of belonging within the tech industry. But let's not forget that we should also make social impacts. Women in tech in future will likely play a significant role in leveraging technology for social impact and addressing global challenges. The future may see increased tech solutions, prioritizing social responsibility, sustainability, and inclusivity. Then, ethical and inclusive technology. In future, women in tech would be well positioned to contribute to developing ethical and inclusive technologies. We need those. We really do. The future would involve increased awareness and action to mitigate the algorithm biases, ensure fairness in AI applications, and create technologies that benefit you and I. In future, I also see a global collaboration. The future of women in tech would involve increased global collaboration and exchange of ideas, expertise, and talent. I see that the future in the years to come, women worldwide will be able to collaborate on projects, share experiences, and contribute to more interconnected and innovative tech systems. The future is bright.
It's
Tora,
very
the
positive.
future is bright. It's bright. And I think that we'll just go there one day at a time. We'll either walk or fly. However, we decide to move towards the future. The most important thing for now is that future is bright. I can see, I'm looking into the future. It is bright, Tora. It is bright.
This is great. This is exactly what I wanted to hear. No, amazing. No, super good to hear. I know that we'll have quite a few of our female freelancer listening to this specific episode. And I just wanted to for you to mention if you think there's some, because our community, I mean, I don't offer enough support to the women. I mean, it's just me.
Okay.
I can't do enough yet. So I just wanted to know if you can recommend some of the communities they should join.
In Barcelona or globally?
Globally. We are a global platform.
Oh,
so,
that's cool.
So if you could just mention a few of the communities that you would recommend for some of our female freelancers to join, then that would be great.
Women Who Code is number one.
Of course.
Then there is a global community called World Pulse. So women all over the world can join World Pulse. Just put it in Google. We have the Google Women Tech Makers. we have several others, especially even on national basis. For example, I participated in programs by Women Go Tech. Women Go Tech is based in the Baltics, Estonia, Lithuania, and Latvia. And they're doing really, really good. And their programs transcend the entire European landscape. At least I benefited from that program, despite the fact that I am in Spain.
Yeah.
So the communities are just too many. Even back home in Africa, I took a program in my country, Women Texas program, So we have, in each country, we have the local supportive communities, and then we have global communities. But then, like I said, just ensure that you join more than one community so that you just enjoy the goodies.
Yeah. No. I'm a part of so many. Just in Barcelona, I'm a member of so many. So
yes, and in Barcelona we have Code Women, and then we have Tech Femmes. I told you about Tech Femmes. It's
this newer one.
It's a new one, and so many others doing great things.
Good. Well, okay, so EJ, thank you so much for today's conversation.
Thank you too.
I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I appreciate you sharing everything with me.
Thank you. I enjoyed speaking with you as well.
So thank you for listening to Outwise Insights. If you're looking to hire top freelance talents or find your next project, visit outwise.com.